Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming to my episode. My name is Jennifer Martinez, and I am a practitioner for QHHT, which is quantum healing hypnosis technique. And that method was developed by Dolores Cannon, over 45 years experience. So it's absolutely incredible experience. I'm a level 2 practitioner. And if you don't know anything about QHHT, it is a hypnosis technique which is so gentle on the body. We all can go under. It's not really even going under. It's just tapping into the cellular memory structure of yourself because we're a multidimensional being. Oh, it's neat. Absolutely. And so I just today wanted to do my experience, talk about my experience and basically how it wakes you up. So I was just listening to Dolores just to kind of recap, what I've got going on, what I wanted to talk about. That is why I chose the name Open to the Universe, because I believe the way that this technique is performed, it really wakes you up to knowing more about yourself, the universe, how we are. We're multidimensional being, meaning like we're here, yes, in the physical, but we're also on the other side. And right here in the physical is, as they say, an illusion, as we can create anything we want. They say this all the time, but see, we block ourselves from that because we're so powerful. And we came down here because this is a school and we're learning and we're masters on the other side. And basically, we're like sleepwalking here. We are human here. Like, oh, okay, so now what do? We get a job, we do it like this, we do it like that. There's set ways of how it's supposed to be here on Earth. I was just watching this episode on, who was it on? Tupac. And how he, I guess I never really paid attention to him because that's not really my, I'm not really into all that. Anyway, um, what I thought was cool is that he said, if the rich just gave to the poor, would everyone even be poor? And in reality, he's right. Like if the wealthy gave to the poor, would there really even be poverty? Well, I feel like unfortunately, if we don't open ourselves and wake ourselves up, that money would just go right back down into the toilet. It just, it then what the way it works is like when you work hard or you put in effort and then you get your money. That's because that's law of attraction. You're you're meant to put in so that you can get back. But if you just get handed money, what does that do to you? It's like buying your kid the fancy toy and expecting them to appreciate it as much as you because you bought that toy for them. That could have been $1,000 or 800, something significant and expensive, a laptop, a iPad, and they don't treat it like you would because you purchased it. Why don't you take care of your stuff the way you should be? It's because they didn't pay for it. So their appreciation is not the level of your appreciation. Um, and that made me realize, whoa, holy moly. It just made me realize that that's the wrong concept we really need to be doing. And I understand give if you're wealthy, give to the needy, but it's not going to stop it. The only way that could ever shift a person is you living your best life and them seeing it. Or this technique. I've had lots of people who just were at the end of the rope. They just didn't know what to do. They didn't know where to go. And somehow, some way, law of attraction brought them to me. And my experience with QHHT is that it's very gentle on every single person it does. It literally is so beautiful. The universe you see on the other side is like no other. You can't even break it down into words. I did realize that. There was a few times I could not even say what word I was seeing. Like I told them, I was like, oh, I don't know how to break it down for you. I don't know how to put what I'm seeing in words. And I just thought that was absolutely incredible when I woke up, when I came out of the hypnosis. And I was very much awake for sure. It's more of like, you know, you're lying there in a room and you know someone's talking to you, but then at the same time, you're very much in a whole nother reality. And that's why I say a multidimensional being, because truly the real side is the other side. And we're here working on our soul, our well being, just all of that. We're working on us. It's a school. It's what do you want in your life? What do you want in your reality? They say it all the time. And to me, that's magnificent, incredible. Let's try and knock this up so that I can get a video into. Um, so, um, I just kind of wanted to talk today about um, waking up, how we really are actually asleep. And you can even see some people drifting through life, not really having the common sense, not really caring about themselves. You know, they're just drifting through. Um, 1 second. All right. The joys of having a pet. Sorry about that. I was in the midst of explaining something, and yeah, the joys of having a pet. Some days, yay, 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 get a little bossy. They're like a little baby, bossy as you could ever imagine. All right. So, all right. I really wanted to, too many cords. Some days I wish everything was wireless because it just is so much easier. You don't have so many things to try to get around. So I just kind of wanted to come on here today and just talk about my experience and how it did wake me up to my reality, what I'm creating. Kind of always been the drifter, but knowing there's something else more out there, but didn't know really what. Um, until I actually had a session with a professional QHHT practitioner. And if you're ever interested in knowing more, You can go to the official website. It is qhhtofficial.com, or you can go to Dolores Cannon's page, dolorescannon.com. And then as well, I have my own page if you're interested in a session with me. I'm a level 2 practitioner, and my website is Jennifer Martinez, QHHT.com. And yeah, you can look me up there. But it's fun. It's amazing. It really opens you into the universe. You get to meet your guardian angels. You can just it just opens your awareness. You then become aware. You then become aware of your life, of reality, of the patterns you may be creating more of. Sometimes we definitely have had past lives. And that's, essentially what this is a past life regression. And you go through it. It's very gentle. There's nothing that your higher self will really show you that you can't handle. So, for instance, I went through a past life. I've done a few videos or a few sessions before this about past lives, and a few of my past lives for just as how gentle it is, and what can be presented in front of you. Um, So this time I just kind of wanted to talk about waking up because it really shifted my life. It made me get to the point where I knew the potential I held in me. I knew the past lives I had, because as a practitioner, we practice on each other. And so I've already had the experience. But it's really important as a practitioner takes you through. They're really just a tool. It's very much self-healing. You heal your own self. So that's what I really love. I know eventually one day I'll own a center a holistic center that holds all light workers. Essentially, that is my goal in life, is to create this place that people can essentially come to and have the experience of self-healing and get themselves some self-healing. I mean, it's really, really important. I think more now than ever, because we're always going to other people to heal us. And essentially, we actually hold that power. We can heal ourselves because, see, we come into our lives with a plan, and as we do that, there's this personality created at the very beginning, and that's you. You are created. You weren't in the last life. Your soul was. It's a different personality every time. And as you create that plan before you come here, you're like, okay, I got this. Okay, you're going to play this role. I'm going to do this script. This is the script. Okay, guys, this is how I want to live my life because I need this experience for my eternal soul, for my next step. So you come in, you're so excited, but then guess what? You come in as a baby, and you come into a family that could be very difficult, that has strong beliefs on things, and then there's all these obstacles. So then all of a sudden you you had this plan inside you, but it didn't work out as that was the plan, or was it? I always look at that like, really, that probably was the plan, but there's lots of obstacles. And that's the challenge. We get hung up on the obstacles. We worry about the past. We can't fix the past. It's like the past is gone. It's not there anymore. And we try to fix it. And there's no way, because see, our minds are incredible. They love to hold on to the past. And that's really actually a paradigm. And that's conditioning from baby up. Um, and what I mostly meant by that is like we get embedded with who's around us. So their belief system, the way they think it should be, the way they think you should live. And that's, I think, the challenge, because we come in with our own motive, our own thing, and it doesn't work out that way until maybe we get older and we figure it out that there's much more than what we see before our eyes. Um, no, stop that. And with that, okay, where was I? Sorry. I was trying to do also a video because I also have a YouTube channel, and that's also open to the universe, QHHT. Um, And with that, okay, so you come in, you get these belief systems embedded in you. That's the paradigm. It's the way you got to live, the way they want you to live, not the way you have intended to live. Because honestly, before you came here, you had a beautiful plan. It was beautiful. It was gentle and easygoing, and you were going to learn some lessons. And just know that anything you're learning here is not, it's not like it's a bad thing. So if it's something you needed to experience, such as drugs, alcohol, those kind of things, breaking free from the paradigm of the belief system that maybe your family had, because maybe they were really into church and they were really into a certain belief, and you're not. It's because it doesn't always need to be that way. That's why Earth is school, period. Earth is school. You're always learning something. There's always something happening that could question your belief system. And who is to judge? But they do it anyway. They contradict themselves. And I just really believe that by listening to Dolores, by doing the QHHT sessions on every single person, is that literally you came here to be the best you, to be love, to love yourself, to heal yourself. Most of the time, when I take people under, they are literally so thankful because they remembered the promise they gave to themselves before they came in, literally right before they came in. They were showered by God, and He radiated through the whole body, loving you, um, and knowing that when you come here, you're going to be very much asleep, very much um, not aware. And what I love most about QHHT is that you get to see your promise that you originally had, and how everything melts away. It all melts away. The fear, the drama, the doubt. And I feel like once we start shifting and seeing our best potential and seeing us heal our own selves, you're going to see a difference. We're going to all see a difference. And that's how the world will change. It will only change that way because we work on ourselves. Then we become the best we can be, and so on. And it's like when you do that, you kind of wake up a little bit and you kind of go, wait a minute. Oh, okay, well, we do have free will. This is yin and yang. This is the planet of yin and yang, so good and evil. I mean, we came here to experience both, although we don't have to indulge in it the whole lifetime. We can experience it by even seeing it, feeling the pain of someone else losing someone because it was just so violent and so dramatic. Um, I was just listening to an old video, and it was an old one. I don't know why, but it popped up and made me go, "Oh wow!" And it was this white lady who just said she was scared of violence, and she really was just scared that black people would kill her. And and the guy is like, "Do you see? There's no history of that. It's history, vice versa, white on black." And that's the history of it. And the sweet lady, hi, the sweet lady really had an issue with it. And it's amazing how we bring out certain things, traits, and certain feelings by our reflection to them. And we can bring that out. People will have fear. Um, and sometimes it goes back to past lives. I actually was reading one of Dolores's books, and she had did this session on this lady. She was a Jewish lady, and she always had a fear of, um, I believe it was, no, actually, she was a black lady who had a fear of a Jewish men, and she didn't know why. And she found Dolores, did a session, as curious as why am I so fearful of them? I don't know really any of them. um, just her culture and background. She's always just been around her, people. And she just really never understood the fear. But when she would see them, it would scare the crap out of her. She was terrified, run away and scream and hide. Well, she actually had a past life um, when she was during the Holocaust. And that's obviously, you had the um, creepy people, and they would just take you out. I just don't even like any of it. It's hard for me to even talk about it because it's just like, ugh, yuck. It's just terrible that was even there. It's terrible, but honestly, like when you look at our history, like history repeats itself. The energy repeats itself. So that happened before that, Roman times. And before that, it had another era. And before that, it was another civilization. So obviously, Hitler and all that wasn't, it, even though it was like a different face and different culture and different, it still happened repeatedly. It's like history repeated itself. Anyway, she had to Dolores, what Dolores did when the lady was under was just walked the client through that emotion. And once she got through that emotion, she was able to release that energy. So that's what I mean by like energy getting brought over into your new life, because she died such a dramatic way that energy held on. And so when she came into this new life all refreshed and ready to go, boom. um, yeah, that happened. So she was then able to move forward and live the best she could live. Um, what was I going to say? But it's really just waking up and knowing that you hold magnificence in you. You are brilliant. You are amazing. You are you are the producer and the director of your life. That means you can change it at any time. You can um, be anything you want to be. I think that is the most amazing part. But you know what holds us back? Our paradigm, our belief system, how we were wired from birth up. And we all have a way we are, and I've said it before, and I've talked to other people on here before where they they'll say, "Oh, this happened to me," or "this experience," and they're all dramatic, um, fear, dramatic. I mean, they're all these doubts and feelings that it's not necessary to have, but at the same time, it's free will, so we can experience anything we want. So if that is that emotion, we just need to be aware of that emotion and let it flow through us. Okay, yeah, there is that emotion. Maybe I got mad at my neighbor because they're an idiot. But why did they have to be an idiot? Why do I need to reflect it that way? You can't get the best of me. You know what I mean? That's where you have to stand up for yourself and take a stand and not be angry or shout or, just anything negative back to them. Um, it's more of like standing up for yourself as you won't give them that energy, that power, because you are magnificent. And when you hold that beautiful energy, those kind of things won't happen to you. You won't have conflict with people that are a certain way. And if you do, that's something that you still need to work on. Because if you haven't noticed, things keep coming back to you that you still haven't learned or you haven't worked on. And I notice that. And that makes me go, oh, that's right. It's still a sensitive thing to me because I haven't really gave it any thought. I haven't really gave it, any energy to resolve it, to let it go. Instead, I'll hold on to it. And even me, I mean, most people are like, oh, you've got it figured out. Kind of. I'm figuring it out as I go along in life. I'm figuring it out. Um, it's not easy. Life isn't easy, but that's why I really suggest anyone who's interested in QHHT because of that reason, because we all have obstacles and and instead of um, blocking it, it's like getting through it. It's that, getting through it and loving on it and understanding yourself and loving yourself. It always comes down to loving yourself. I think that's a big one. Because I don't think we do. We say one thing and do another. Happens all the time, and that's a lot. I'm working on my 7 laws because once you live by them, it then becomes a lot easier too. So we have lots of things down here that will help us. We have belief systems that will help us and get us through things, but this is no belief system. This is already in our cellular structure. We are so amazing that we gave ourselves that ability. And we were really loving on ourselves when we did that. We really were like, okay, we know it's going to be difficult on us, so we need to put some things in the plan. We have these cellular structures that are just absolutely brilliant. We figured it out, and it's so simple, it's so easy. Anyone can do it, anyone can tap into their cellular structure. Most people do it with meditation. And you really can do it with meditation. It's just that you need to be that person that can really focus on your thoughts. It comes down to the power of our thoughts. We're magnificent. We are very much creators. Every single person on this planet. We are all masters of creation. We could all create the best. But the thing is sometimes, like I told you, it goes right back to your belief system, the way you were raised, your environment, all of that. I grew up in Michigan. I had a I had a decent environment, but probably not the right attitude for that environment. I very much got sucked into the negative. I thought that was just what it was. I used to ask, why am I even here? I don't understand why I would be experiencing heavy things, dark things. And I was. And it was the power of my mind, too. It was the state of my environment, all of it. It was before phones, it was before technology. And I look back at that and it's like, wow, I used phone calls and I left messages and then I would just go. And here I am. I made it through all of that. And that's a big deal. I really believe. And it wasn't like I made it through like, yay, I escaped it all. No, I learned a lot. I had lots of life lessons. I have lots of curveballs and obstacle courses. It was by far not an easy life. But what I thought was so beautiful is that I learned so much. I really did. I learned that side, the side of heaviness and darkness and doubt and fear and drama and life lessons. And I came out of it as like this beautiful blossom flower, like a pansy. I love pansies, they're so pretty. Daisies. And, I know we always pick roses, but I think these other flowers are magnificent because I feel like, a pansy in a daisy field. Obviously, I'm going to be so different, but obviously so gorgeous and magnificent. And when the sun hits my petals, I just am so thankful for that beautiful golden energy that goes right back to me. And that's life force. That's the the that's Reiki. That's the force of life that radiates through me, that gives me divine energy that I go, wow, I'm so thankful for this body. I'm so thankful that I am not the body. I'm just experiencing having a body. And that let me know the multidimensional me, the more magnificent I am. I'm becoming. And of course, there's days that I have low energy, but you know what? I always back it up. I'm always working on myself. I always am loving on myself. I think that's the biggest is I stopped judging. I actually took this training that helped me see what maybe I could take out of my life. And you know what it was? It was literally judgment. I judged myself. I compared myself to others, which is absolutely horrible because none of us are alike when it comes down to it. We're all individually magnificent in our own way. But I always feel like right now it's the power of the average people, the regular people. We're more powerful than we give ourselves credit. Here we are floating through life. Okay, let's work to death and then die. I mean, seriously, that sounds horrible. I'm not doing that. But that's what we're doing. And I feel like it's our time now to take it back and to take a stand and to voice our opinion, and because I feel like our opinion is great. I've heard a few regular people just getting out there and speaking up because they're tired of the garbage. They're tired of the riffraff. They're tired of the back and forth doubt and meanness, and that's really what it comes down to is you got two sides. Guess what? They're going at it. And this is the planet of opposites. So if there's good, then there's evil. If there's arguing, then there's not arguing. And we can go on forever for opposites, black and white, up and down, all of that. It comes down to you taking charge of your life, not listening to the outside world. I mean, sure, you're going to listen a little bit to the outside world, but not giving it all your power, not just saying, here you go. Okay, whatever you guys say. Yes, sir, no, ma'am. You know, I mean, we need to get to the point where we're like bringing back common sense and saying, does that even sound right? Does that even make sense? It's like, no, that doesn't sound right. No, that doesn't make sense. And it's taking a stand for your own life, your body, your rules. It's always been that way. And we can't really go backwards. It can only go forwards. It's an energy of beautiful divine creation that we came here for our own experience. And no one can take that away from us. And that's one thing we need to remember is that you can take back your power. You can take back that surrender to whatever they say. It's like, no, you take it back and it's whatever you say. It's whatever you feel because they don't know how you feel. They don't even know you. If you were gone tomorrow, they wouldn't be sad. You know what I mean? So it's like you need to take charge of your life. And sometimes having a QHHT session, that does that for a person. It really uplifts them, wakes them up to more of the reality of that they're creating and going, wait a minute, I want a better life. I want a better me. You hold that power. Not even a practitioner can get you to that. So yeah, you can go to a practitioner, But it's also up to that person. It's up to you to bring that forth, to bring your healing forth. They only hold the tools that will get you to that point. So it's really just loving on yourself and showering yourself with that love and confidence. Dress to impress. Dress the way that you feel confident, that makes you feel amazing. Because it doesn't matter what people think, it matters what you think. So, how you feel when you dress nice, take care of yourself. And you might have to polish yourself up a little bit. Who knows? It's okay. It's getting yourself to that point where you're like, yep, this is me. I look great. I feel great. Because when you look great and you feel great, you do great. And it comes down to then you love yourself and shower yourself with love. Do things that would pamper you, but it's worth it. Life is too short, really. Even though we have long lives, we could we don't live that long. We're getting back there, and I think once we hold that energy of divineness, we live longer. You see it all the time. People living to 120, but guess what? Their bodies are falling apart. Why don't we live to 120 and have our bodies completely intact, feeling amazing? Work on yourself now. Be the best you can be. And when you do get to that age, if you get to that age, who knows? Worry and doubt, all that stuff, it just kills us. It ages us. And then before we know it, we have heaviness on us. If we just realize those things are baggage, we wouldn't do it. If we realize doubt, fear, and all that, anger and all that, that's baggage on us. That weighs our face down. That weighs our shoulders down. Gives us anxiety, gives us doubt, gives us fear. And that is so negative that it just ruins our body. It just weakens us. And we get to the point where we're not healthy anymore. We're sickened with our own worry and own doubts. And it comes down to that. And if you can make yourself sick, you can make yourself healthy. You can reverse the role. And it goes back to creating your own life, and you're the director, you're the producer. You create what you want. So if you want a healthy body, if you want a healthy life, if you want to live into your 120 and be amazing and say, look at me, I'm 120 and I look great. You can't even put an age on me. And that's really the beautiful part. It's amazing. We can talk to our body. I know that sounds odd a little bit, but once you really talk to your body and you're like, body, and you really give it intent and you really love on yourself, it will love right back and it'll be rejuvenated. Your body will rejuvenate. You get scratched, you heal. It's the same concept. It really is. Like, we can rejuvenate. We can be the best us. We can look the best. We can feel the best. And whatever that is, it doesn't have to be a particular way. It doesn't have to be, oh, you have to wear these clothes to feel good. It's whatever clothes you want to wear. It's whatever look that fits you. But be you, because there's no one else like you, period. There just isn't. God doesn't create, you know. Uh, I know what I was going to say is that don't make God dysfunctional like us humans, where we have all these emotions. One day I like you, one day I hate you, one day this day, one day blah, 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 blah. And it's like, don't do that. God loves you 100%, always and forever, no other emotion. It's pure love. You can be down in the dumps, down in the darkest room, down in the just darkest point in your life. And who's right next to you with pure love and light? God, because you are God. God, God is in you. You wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for God. And I'm not going to say he or she, because there is no male or female. God is a mighty being, an all-powerful being, and it's just this beautiful golden light that is just, it's crystalline and it's soothing and it sings to our body. I mean, like, you could go under with hypnosis with this technique. Oh, and you just are wrapped up in God's arms, literally, and it feels so amazing. Like the emotion is magnificent. It makes you want to cry almost. If you knew how much God loved you, you would cry. You would sob for sure. I mean, I've had a session where I needed to be rejuvenated. I needed to be a new me. And that was shifting me. It's the true me. Honestly, I've always wanted to be this me, where I'm brave and courageous and confident and loving and secure. Doesn't that feel better when you say these beautiful words? When you say positive words to yourself? I mean, that's affirmations. You have to feel better. It's talking to your soul, it's talking to your cellular structure, it's talking to your body, and you feel good. You hear these beautiful words and you feel like, wow, I can do this. And who knows what it is? Who knows what that is for you? I, um, I, uh, I know when I went under with my experience, I saw so much. I saw past life, and then I saw the universe, and I was above Earth. I could see Earth, and it was so beautiful. I could see it as like it was a gem, like this, like this beautiful gem. It was so loving, and they loved us on Earth. You think extraterrestrial will come? I believe they will. I believe they're already watching us. I believe they've come to certain places already on the planet. You see it all the time. You hear about it all the time. And I welcome it. Hey, um, I know I'll talk more about this when I bring my friend on here. I really wanted to have a group discussion on that. Dolores has a book. It's called um, oh, where is it? Custodians. I need to look that. I need to grab my book. So anyway, thanks for joining me. I just wanted to do a quick little session today, and I just hope you guys have a moment of just loving on yourselves and just doing some affirmations that would make you feel better. Just that little bit every day is the best way to start your day. It's a great practice. It's a great habit. Um, know that you're much more. Know um, that you're much more than what you think you are. Um, and say things to yourself that would just boost you up. Dress to impress. Make yourself feel better. Um, make your house feel good when you walk in it. You feel good to be there. Be that person that um, holds the door for someone. Be that person who says please and thank you. I mean, we don't know how people's days are. So if you could step up after you felt really good, spreading your love, and sometimes that'll make someone else feel good. And it's a chain reaction. And that's all it takes. So it's just really being the best you can be. And if you need assistance, and that's why I love QHHT, because you can have your own experience. What's your story? That's really it. What's your story? Your story is very worthy. It's worthy. You make it worthy. You make it awesome. It's your story. You're an incredible being. You wouldn't even be on this planet if you weren't incredible. We're all incredible. We're all looking and searching for someone to praise us. But how about we praise ourselves? How about we love on ourselves? And if we don't like that belief system, let's set it aside and see what it would be like to not have that belief system. I've done that. I didn't really grow up in the church, but I've had lots of that stuff come to me, and not even just the church, there's other belief systems. Um, and setting that aside and saying, what do I want? Yeah, taking charge of your own life, seeing how you feel, because you only know your feelings, not the neighbor. They have no idea what you're feeling, but you know what you're feeling, and you know what you like. And so when you focus on that, what do I like? How do I like to look? So what if I look a certain way? It's not letting someone contradict your look. So just know that you're magnificent. Know that you're a multi-dimensional being who loves on themselves constantly. And if you want a session, you can go to my page, QHHT. Oh, nope, I almost did the other page. Jennifer Martinez, QHHT.com, or the official page to find a practitioner in your area is QHHTofficial.com, and you can go from there. Thank you so much for coming to my page, and I really love getting the word out. I really love using this platform so that you then can have a boost in your life, have and start loving yourself. Start loving yourself. It's so big. We need to. It's just as important as ever. Have a really great day. And when there is doubt in your life, you can always ask your angels to help shower you with love and let you see the love there. And when you do that, it's like looking through a new pair of eyes. So, thanks again for visiting my page. I hope you have a great day. Bye.